Hello and welcome to Purchase Broadcast Studios. I'm your host, Margaret Kohler.
And I'm your host, Nico Senecandro. Thanks for joining us here today.
On the first Wednesday of every month, the Purchase Food Pantry holds a mobile event in collaboration with Feeding Westchester. The event is open to students and members of the surrounding community. Since not many know about this free opportunity, reporter Lauren Hagen attended the event to spread the word about the important work that's actively being done on this campus.
Every month, Feeding Westchester delivers around 4,000 pounds of food to the Purchase Mobile Food Pantry. The Mobile Food Pantry program serves communities where residents do not necessarily have easy access to buy fresh meat, dairy, fruits, and vegetables. Students and community members alike attend this event to pick up free grocery items like bananas, apples, salad mixes, and even ready-made meals. Unlike some other food pantries with pre-packaged bundles, the Purchase Food Pantry allows attendees to pick and choose what they want.
Getting groceries can be challenging both for financial reasons and also just like taking the loop with 6 bags of groceries is rough, to say the least. So having somewhere that I can get groceries and get food for myself and also for my roommates on campus is incredibly helpful and incredibly just like nice to have.
I love the idea of feeding our students and feeding our members of our community, and so it really gives us an opportunity to be there for other people and provide for other people, which I think is really special.
The next mobile food pantry will take place on Wednesday, April 3rd. In the meantime, the Staple Food Pantry, located across from Starbucks, is open 5 days a week so students can get what they need between mobile events. In addition, a food pantry garden will be set up later this spring, meaning homegrown produce will soon be available. If you or someone you know is interested in getting involved with the food pantry, you can find Supervisor Liz Elvira in the Multicultural Center. From Purchase Broadcast Studios, I'm Lauren Hagen. Back to you guys in the studio.
When the elevators in the Humanities building stopped working, many people shrugged and moved on with their days. And then days went by, and then weeks, and then still the elevators weren't working. And there was little to no response from the college on when the elevator could potentially be fixed. This situation has been a nightmare for disabled students, some of whom have several classes in the Humanities buildings. Because of the technical issues and the lack of official comment, some students have been forced to drop classes or find ways to get them relocated. SUNY Purchase prides itself on being inclusive, accepting, and acceptable for every student. But now, as the pleas of disabled students seem to fall on deaf ears, some wonder if perhaps Purchase has exaggerated their policies on inclusivity. Purchase Broadcast Studios correspondent Delilah Sparaza has the story.
This elevator in the Humanities building has been broken for weeks, and the effects that it's had on the disabled campus community is hard to estimate. Many students have missed class, dropped classes, or had to relocate their classes in order to work around the lack of communication on these issues. Some disabled students have even felt forced to climb the stairs, putting themselves at risk of physical pain.
It's made it really difficult for me to go to my classes because I have a lot of them on the second floor, and I am physically disabled. So I have to try and get up the stairs, and some days it's really difficult on my body and on my joints, and I can't do it without extreme pain.
As of now, Purchase has had difficulty communicating with the disabled community it claims to protect and support, and the whole situation has just created that much more tension on campus. Students have been left baffled, angry, and disappointed with Purchase's ability to manage the campus.
Now, imagine a daily trek up multiple flights of stairs, backpack in tow, all because of a perpetually broken elevator. It's a reality for students and faculty at Purchase College's Humanities building. Purchase Broadcast Studios correspondent Nico Senecandro has the story for us.
For months, the elevator in Purchase College's Humanities building has been out of service, causing inconvenience and frustration for those who rely on it. The elevator's return to service was promised for the week of March 4th after a repair initiative that started at the end of January, but days later, there is still no elevator available for student use. The nearby 55-plus community, Broadview, allows residents to use the Purchase facilities, and they've been vocal about the broken Humanities elevator as well. Some students argue that their complaints are falling on deaf ears, while administration seeks to expedite the repair effort at the request of residents from Broadview over the students.
I think it's been insulting to the student body that they're putting the senior citizens at Broadview, a place of living that's not even fully complete yet, in front of the complaints of their own students. Senior citizens, while welcome here, aren't using the facilities nearly as much as the student body, and waiting here. It says it's supposed to be finished 2 days ago. It is now March 8th, supposed to be finished March 6th. Nothing's still fixing, and people who need the elevator, such as those with disabilities, aren't able to access anything upstairs.
We have many problems with the institutions here about the students. Like we ask them a lot of things in this building. For example, there's the elevator issue that people with disability cannot go upstairs and they do not listen to the students. But we have like other buildings with no air conditioner in the summer, so we die inside of the buildings.
In Westchester County, female students are forming their own flag football teams. Without previous accessibility to the sports in schools, these Harrison Middle School parents have signed up to form a new league for their children. Purchase Broadcast Studios correspondent Margaret Kohler filed this report.
The Battlehawks flag football team just met for their first practice of the season. This team of 11 middle schoolers are part of the new Westchester County's Under the Lights League. Harrison Middle School administrators told this group that they were unable to support the formation of a flag football team on school grounds, due to the lacrosse teams taking up most of the field space. However, this did not stop these girls who were interested in learning the sport. The parents of the girls on this team got together to find a local field space to hold their practices and games. Additionally, these parents formed methods of transportation to get these students to the fields, and some even stepped up to take the responsibility of coaching.
No, I think it's awesome that these girls made their own team since their school doesn't have enough field space for the school to have their own team. These girls formed their team and are just joined a different league. So I think it's awesome that they put the effort in to make a team and that they're out there having a great time.
I think it's great that they have a football team for girls. You know, they didn't have one before, and my two daughters always wanted to play, and they didn't want to be cheerleaders. So it's good that they're able to participate in football.
The Under the Lights League is based in 3 different countries, supporting over 5,000 teams with over 100,000 players. The league is available for both boys only, girls only, and co-ed divisions of all skill levels. It promotes a competitive, confidence-building, non-contact football experience for kids in grades K through 8. The current spring session runs from March to May, with games taking place every Friday night. Today we bring you an exciting glimpse into the world of student creativity and entrepreneurship at the Pre-Afro X Skaties event. Pre-Afro is the release party for Aphrodisiac, a student-run event providing a platform for performers, artists, and entrepreneurs to showcase their talents alongside industry professionals. Stay tuned for our coverage as we skate to the release party, where we'll ask students why events like Skaties and Aphrodisiac are important to them and to the campus community as a whole. Purchase Broadcast Studios correspondent Miriam Cherry has the story.
Hello everybody, it's Mux on the mic. How are we doing tonight? We are at Pre-Afro Skaties event hosted by Aphrodisiac and the Stewed. We see people rolling, people skating, people vibing, people falling and getting back up. Ain't that right?
Earlier this month, the student body, in collaboration with the Major Events Committee of Aphrodisiac, came together to host a unique fusion of 2 major events, Skaties and Pre-Afro. This highly anticipated collaboration attracted students from diverse backgrounds, all eager to discover this year's theme. So I hit the floor to ask people how they felt about this event and why they find it so important.
So as a recent alumni, I think that Afro is a good way to connect with the performers on campus, inside and out, and really start to build a network of performers that you want to see. And I think that Purchase has I think that Purchase has a really strong music scene, and I want to try to support before they blow up, if that makes any sense. So I came to Pre-Afro to see some of my friends that are performing tonight, and also it's Skaties. And I think that Skaties is a really cool event. I went every year when I was in school, because there's literally nothing like this. You can't see my feet, but I'm skating crazy.
Hi y'all, hey, it's Sammy J. I'm the student coordinator. Right now we're here with Pre-Afro, Skaties, Roll Bounce X Skaties. I'm just so happy to be here. I'm so happy that we pulled this together and that we collaborated the 2 entities. I think that what makes this event so particularly important, being that Aphrodisiac is so Afro soul, right? Yeah, being that it's Afro soul and then there's Skaties, it's kind of marrying these 2 cultural movements of skate culture and that decade of revolution and play and freedom. Events like these are so important for the Purchase community just because people want an opportunity to come together, beyond the cultural and ethnic divide. Like, these are moments where people can just like come and just be, and that's like what's really important at the core.
Pre-Afro, serving as a prelude to the main event later on this year, is a platform dedicated to showcasing student performers and artists. Since its inception in 2016 by founder Juju, it has grown into a vital component of the Purchase community, providing a stage for students of color to exhibit their talent alongside industry professionals. This year marks a milestone as Pre-Afro becomes an official major event on campus, signifying its remarkable growth and continued impact.
But like to be headliner this year for me, it means so much more than just performing. It means like representing my community, representing my people back home, Park Slope, Brooklyn, and also just representing who I am and representing who I've become, and being able to do that on a platform and being able to do that in front of people and in front of other creatives that I know that will appreciate that. That's fucking dope, for real.
As we wrap up, it's clear that Pre-Afro has been a big hit, bringing together our campus community in a celebration of talent and diversity. Looking forward, we're excited to see how this event continues to grow and showcase the amazing creativity of our students. Stay tuned for more updates and highlights from Pre-Afro, where unity and expression take center stage.
Thanks again for joining us here today. I've been your host, Margaret Kohler.
And I've been your host, Nico Sinacandro. Please tune in again next time for another edition of Purchase Broadcast Studios.